The Antidote.
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 Y estás escuchando The Antidote.
The Antidote.
The Antidote.
The Antidote.
You're listening to The Antidote with Dave Hawkins.
With Christian music that doesn't suck.
Five Iron Frenzy's song One Girl Army perfectly describes the abilities of tonight's guest, Leanor Ortega Till. She also has multiple aliases: Jeff the Girl with Five Iron Frenzy, Mom to Her Kids, and the Breaker of Saxophones. Now she's taken on a new role. Leanor has teamed up with other members of Five Iron Frenzy to create The Fast Feeling, an electronic synth-pop band based in Denver. Even with her crazy busy schedule, Leanor was cool and she joined The Antidote for a chat about what's happening with both Five Iron Frenzy and The Fast Feeling. Plus, we have an exclusive first listen to The Fast Feeling's album, Pulses, which releases in January. The next song, Off the Rails, shows how different the sound of The Fast Feeling is compared to FIF. Enjoy this.
Twisted pixels all alone, queen of your
It's wonderful to have Leanor Ortega Till here on The Antidote. Thanks for squeezing out some time for us, Leanor.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I've spoken with you a number of times about your role in Five Iron Frenzy, but now you've jumped into something completely new as vocalist with The Fast Feeling.
Yeah, this is a big dream come true for me, and to be using my voice and to be singing, this is really, really big deal for me. And this year our album is going to come out, and I'm very excited.
Who else is involved in the band, and how did the idea of forming The Fast Feeling come about?
Well, with Five Iron Frenzy, we write songs out, and then Reese will put lyrics on those core songs. And Scott had written a number of guitar parts. Scott Kerr is the bass player but former guitarist of Five Iron Frenzy. And he had been writing a lot of songs, material for Reese to put lyrics and melody on. And Reese hadn't gotten to it. And so sometimes I'll put lyrics and melodies also to Five Iron songs for Reese. And I was doing that with some current material last year. And I was singing over the parts for Reese to re-record. And Scott said, why don't we try these with your voice? And it was surprising to both of us. The first couple songs we started just demoing, and it was exciting. And he has a lot of recording gear. And with the technology and his patience and a lot of trial and error, we started to find that I actually could sing and had a voice. And I really love writing melodies. That's one of my favorite things. So we kept working on it. Scott can write a lot of material, and in fact, he does have a lot of material. So we decided to email Five Iron and say, we're starting a new band, and some of these songs that we had thought of for Five Iron, we're going to now use for a new band. And Andy Verdecchio, who is the drummer of Five Iron Frenzy, listened to the songs, and he also lives here in Denver, and he was very excited and said, I would love to play drums. And so Andy plays drums in the band. And then the third person is Matt Langston, and he's of a band called 11D7, and he and Scott have collaborated together on music. And Scott played the songs for him, just demos, and they have a more electronic feel and almost a new wavy feel, and Matt was very excited and actually asked to be in the band. At first I was reluctant because it's difficult being long distance with members, but after hearing some of his songs and how excited he was, we added him too. So that's the band. Matt Langston, Scott Kerr, Andrew Verdecchio, and then myself on vocals.
Okay, so that's where the EDM vibe came from. Because I remember Matt doing something similar to that on his Jelly Rocks project. Right.
And Matt, he adds, I call them the sounds. He mattifies it to me. Like Scott will make interesting sounds also. But Matt, he just takes it to the next level as far as the sounds and the ambiance and all of the electronics. And in fact, some of the songs that he has written as the main songwriter, he's chosen to use electronic drums. And so this album will have Andrew on some of the drums and also electronic drums on some of the songs. And so it's a mix and match.
It's easy to see where some of the electro-pop influence is coming from. Here's the Matt Langston Jelly Rock song, Someone Else.
Quarantine my thoughts before set of plans. Only you can be the you were made to be. And I'm starting to like what I see. I'm starting to like being me. But sometimes I wake up wishing I was someone else, in a different circumstance, with a different set of plans. And I feel like the world expected someone else. Well, I just wanna like what I see. Yeah, I just wanna like being me. Oh, oh, oh.
You know, it's funny when you talked about your vocals, because the only time I can recall hearing you take over lead vocals with Five Iron was for a whole 10 seconds on When I Go
Yeah.
Out. You know, and I suppose
Right.
you've probably heard this from 1,000 people, and now you're going to get it from me. I had no idea that you had such an incredible voice.
I didn't either, and thank you so much. You know, a lot of people like to sing at church, and I tried my best, and my husband and I have had some different musical projects together, but I have a very nasally voice, and it's kind of high, and the good thing about electronic music and about, you know, pop rock kind of music that we're doing is you can add effects to it, and you can use filters, and you can take your time and record it correctly through decent microphones. And I think technology has made me realize that in the right context, I really do have a good voice. And I went for a couple voice lessons, and the thing that surprised me that I guess I did know was that I have a much broader range than most women have. I can sing much lower and much higher. I'm a soprano, but I can also sing low, so that gives me the opportunity to double up my parts an octave higher or lower, where, you know, my range is just huge. And so that's been kind of fun to find out that I have this awesome tool. I just need to learn how to use it.
Well, you know, it really makes me wonder if the band members of Five Iron Frenzy actually hid you away behind your sax because they were intimidated by your vocals.
Definitely not. I have never sang in Five Iron. Nope, definitely not.
Undid my belt.
Easy.
Easy.
Hey, all that growling,
Easy.
all that growling you did scared me. It's easy.
It was inspirational.
I don't know.
The live version of When I Go Out with Leanor's only time on lead vocals with Five Iron Frenzy. Let's go back to more of our talk with Leanor about Five Iron.
See, that's the other thing about Five Iron that I love is, and this is going to be something new for me, with Five Iron, my favorite thing is performing. Some people, their favorite thing is to write the songs. Other people, their favorite thing is to record. But me, being on stage is my favorite thing. And as a saxophonist, you know, there's only so many parts that you play. So I get to dance and run around and interact with the crowd. And as a vocalist, I feel that a vocalist has to focus so much more during the set live when they're performing. And so I'm curious to see how it'll translate because I'm going to have to hone it down. But it's nice to be in both bands because I can hone it down and focus on the fast feeling when we start performing live. And on Five Iron, I just have little spots where I play and then I can dance and crowd surf and just have a lot of fun. I think I'm going to love being a vocalist, but I love the opportunity that performing saxophone gives me just to spaz out.
Does that mean you actually have to take a tranquilizer to slow it down to be on stage? Because you are a wild woman on stage.
I know, I am. It's a different kind of music, though. The fast feeling, I mean, it's fast, but it's not Five Iron. Sometimes we laugh, actually, now. You know, I just reached 40 this last year, and listening to the Old West on our live covers, we're like, what? How fast is that? Like, and we just laugh at ourselves. Like, is that music? It's really funny to listen back to old recordings and think, what? We played probably too fast.
No question that the ska of Five Iron Frenzy could be fast, especially on Handbook for the Sellout.
To draw a line between the world and you, faking your identity. It's true. Did you think the word alternative was only meant for the likes of you? Do you think that they're too cool now? Being popular is lame. You're the one who made them popular. All the songs are still the same. It may just stand apart, you know, but then everyone jumped on the same bandwagon, making you an average show. Aiming for the mediocre, you were just a plain old joker. Status quo, blame it on the band now. If you prick them, do they bleed? What's the point in playing what they want if you won't let them succeed? Do you remember where we all came from? Do you remember what it's all about? When you made a point to be objective before you started writing Handbook for the Sellout. Sunk your worth in being different, just to be like your own kind. Traded in objectiveness for the underground. You follow blind. Do you remember where we all came from? Do you remember what it's all about? When you made a point to be objective before you started writing Handbook for the Sellout.
At 40, what made you want to start up a whole new job, almost a new career?
Right, and that's exactly it. I think that's the impetus, is that I am 40. If I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it later. If I wait 5 more years, then I may not want to do it. I'm a firm believer that you don't stop when you're merging. I get so angry when people stop when they're merging and they're driving. And the same is true for, anything in life. After I had children, the idea of getting back in the game, getting back into 5-iron, practicing again, getting in shape again, being relevant, learning new technology, staying out late, going to shows, working at a church called Scum of the Earth where the average age is 22, all kinds of things. You just don't stop. You have to keep merging if you're going to keep relevant and keep young and keep active and keep healthy. And so I feel really strongly that it's important and that life is a gift. And so I need to, at 40, even though it seems like I should be stopping things, I want to start things because, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? And also, when is the opportunity going to come that I have such an audience? One thing I feel a huge, I guess I would almost say a burden, but a respect for, is the fact that people care. People care about 5-Iron Frenzy right now. They care about our message. They care about our past messages. And they care about those things because they feel similarly. And if I don't use this opportunity now to encourage people and to bring hope into this world and make a better world, then there may be a time when people don't care what I have to say. And I'll be like trying to shake people away. Why go work backwards? So I kind of feel an extreme beautiful burden to keep going. And I think that the other guys in the band also feel that same way. We're still relevant. We're still capable. And for some reason, people still tune in. And so we feel very strongly that we should take this opportunity.
Well, you just mentioned a moment ago about the message from Five Iron Frenzy. Is there a message you're putting across with the Fast Feeling?
Somewhat, but not as heavy-handed. The thing that's interesting about Reese is, he'll sing the spectrum of concepts, and I don't think that this is going to be such a conceptual band like that. It's more cryptic, but I feel like there are songs about hope. There are songs about perseverance. There are songs that are just straight up fun. I think of like Blondie or the Go-Go's. When you put on music in the 80s or the 90s, sometimes it's just fun music. It's music that you get to relax to. And sometimes you want to be shaken up and stirred to change things in society. But what I wanted to do with the Fast Feeling was make songs that mattered, but not so much that it distracted from the music. And so the music and the lyrics are very balanced out in that they're enjoyable and they're not so heavy-handed. But there are definitely themes, and there's a lot of themes about growing up because you get jaded. You can easily get jaded. And I think that young people just grasp to music so much. I wanted to give them a message of hope.
Leanor's sweet vocals coming through on Songbird from the Fast Feeling.
Since we said goodbye, oh, what can I do? You look me in the eyes, and I look away from you. Since we've broken ties, oh, you break the rules. You look me in the eyes, I look away from you. I stay
probably the most interesting thing to me. The other guys in the band, they are very, very much lyric writers. And so Andy and Scott and Matt and myself have lyric sessions. We're all together in the same room, and it can take, hours and hours. We hash out each lyric for each song.
That's got to be brutal doing that. I was figuring that would be almost more chaotic than easy.
Yeah. It's actually my least favorite part of the process while it's happening, but one of my favorite parts of the process after the fact. So after we finally get it and I record it, it's one of those things where, you don't like being on the treadmill or you don't like going to the dentist or whatever it is. It's one of those things that at the time I'm so antsy and I have so much energy. And after like an hour with 2 lines and we can't get it, I'm like ready to just give up. And what I often do is I'll just be like, I think I'm fine with it. And Scott will say, you're not fine with it. You don't think it's that good. You're just tired of the process. But we get there. And there's been so many songs where the whole theme has changed of the lyrics. And I love that. So I think that it surprised me that these guys care so much about the lyrics and the message. And I think, we owe it to ourselves to do that work. So the lyrics are going to be worth reading and they're worth thinking about. They're not just fluff lyrics.
I think that maybe you should be taking some advice from one of the first lines of the Fast Feeling song Break, where it talks about taking a break from the pressure. Where do you find the time for all of this?
I know. I'm an Ortega. That's my maiden name. My family is Mexican-American, and we're notorious for going insane and having a lot of energy and doing a lot of things.
The Fast Feeling, Until It's Gone. What about walking us through the song Break? How did it come about?
Well, what is coming through? Yeah, a lot of people that are in the daily grind of providing for their family financially and getting stuck in the mud somehow and keeping up with the Joneses, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for marriage. It's not sustainable for health. It's not sustainable for healthy spirituality. It's not sustainable for, life and life to the fullest. And so the line, if you want to get away, it talks about the doors are open wide. And that's an invitation to any person who feels that life is just what you see in front of you, and it's the boring, and it's the game, and you have to play the game. And sadly, I will say you have to play the game. The dishes get dirty. You have to get up in the morning and do some of the things you don't like to do. But that's not all there is, And so that's why I think music is a tool to remind people there are moments to celebrate. There are moments to relax. Like I had someone say recently, they were on Facebook, and they said, I can't handle these burdens. And so many people responded saying, you don't have to. You don't have to. The onus isn't on you to be this strong person. And so just a reminder that, we all kind of want to escape and get away, but there's healthy ways to do it. So that's kind of what that song was about.
Take a break from the pressure. Take a break from your name. Say you wanna get away forever, so you give up the game. Take a break from the front line. Take a number and wait. Got another new way to measure all the distance you came. Cross your heart and bare your bones. Only they own by the unknown. Leaving hope to find a home on the other side. There was we could have started. You and I, oceans we could have parted. You and I, feel the heat from the sweater. Feel the beat we once played. Give it up for a common shelter. Give it up for a grave. When the thought in the fire, like a light had gone out. Catch the eclipse of a lost desire in the shadow of doubt. When I die and wish confessed, slows the beating in your chest. There is silence but no rest on the other side. There was we could have started. You and I, oceans we could have parted. You and I, wounded and broken hearted. You and I, right before it started. You and I. There was we could have started. You and I will never know. Oceans we could have parted. You and I will never know. There was we could have started. You and I will never know. You and I will never know. You and I will never know.
And there's more songs on the album like that, too. There's one, I think it's going to be called Fall Back. And it's the concept of the eternal perspective. And even more so than just today are we going to escape, but the idea that eternally, we don't know all the answers, but I tend to believe that there's going to be something better on the other side of all of this. And so just an invitation again to relax and know that this isn't all there is. All we see is not all there is.
Is that one of the songs that's available now?
Not now. We're still mixing and mastering. But one song that's available now is called Songbird. one of the songs that we just released and we did a lyric video for is called Factions. And this song is very much a political song in that we're talking about the systems that lie behind the systems. And for any given face that you see, there are thousands of corporations, there are thousands of dollars, there are thousands of governments, there are thousands of agendas that you don't see. And so it's just a reminder that our faith should not be put in the face of a person or a message of any single person, or even a single government, or even a single corporation, because there are so many different people at work in these systems that, you know, they're doing the best they can on some level, especially locally, but we don't put our hope in that. And so it's just trying to make us aware that the media is one of the ways that we can be blessed and one of the ways that we can be cursed. We can look to the media for messages of hope and information, or we can look to the media to feed us lies. And so we have to be careful about what media we're choosing to believe.
And that's an easy thing to fall into and get a distorted viewpoint.
Yeah, I think that the message of the media can cause a lot of hopelessness. You can feel very small in a very big world very quickly. And again, if you're not aware of what's happening locally, then, you know, why get bogged down in what's happening nationally?
In
Leanor from The Fast Feeling, and you've got The Antidote with Dave Hawkins.
pair of songs, Factions and Fallback, from the upcoming release by The Fast Feeling. Well, let's get back to talking about the media from The Fast Feeling. Have you guys chosen a name or how many songs you're going to be including on the album?
Yeah, the name of the album is going to be Pulses, and we just came to that agreement recently, and we're thinking probably 11 to 12 songs. This next weekend, Scott will fly out to North Carolina, and he will continue to mix the songs and write some more parts with Matt, and then the songs go to mastering, but they're very close, and we have at least 12 contenders, and then we'll see what, where we feel comfortable, and if we want to save some of those songs for something down the road also.
Before we go, Leanor, are there any more surprises coming from you? I mean, you're not going to do any polka projects or anything of that sort?
No. No, there's no more surprises. One of the things that I was working on, though, and I'm very satisfied with, is the releasing of our Five Iron Frenzy catalog on vinyl. Fans had been saying for a long time that they would love remastered versions of our old albums, and I had been spearheading that for Five Iron Frenzy, and I'm happy to say that right now, beginning with Upbeats and Beatdowns, it's available for order on vinyl, and these are the kind of projects that people are excited about, but it takes work to do. And so, again, you said, where do I get all the energy? I get the energy when people respond. And so people are responding well. They're buying them, and they're excited about that. So if the response goes well, we want to do more of the albums. And so, yeah, I'm excited for that. And who knows what the fans tell me they want, then maybe I'll do something else.
Well, Leanor, we're going to be really happy to hear more from the Fast Feeling. You're one of my favorite people to talk to, so thanks so much for coming on The Antidote.
Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate it.
Beautiful
I can't believe that A Flowery Song came out 20 years ago. I guess if you don't have a copy of Upbeats and Beatdowns from 5 Iron Frenzy, now would be the time to get the vinyl version. If you're looking for Pulses from the Fast Feeling, it will be up on all the regular digital outlets January 13th. The next episode of The Antidote is the first of 2017, and we're going to take a retrospective look at the top releases of 2016. Even I got surprised when I began putting this list together. There are huge bands, tiny bands, and every imaginable genre. It was really an interesting year musically, and The Antidote's top 10 list is going to be just as interesting. I'm going to finish tonight's episode of The Antidote with a song that released in 2013, which makes it prophetic considering the current political climate. From 5 Iron Frenzy comes Zen and the Art of Xenophobia. See you again next week.